In a scathing moment that has reignited public scrutiny of Meghan Markle, fashion titan Anna Wintour and rapper A$AP Rocky delivered a blistering roast of the Duchess of Sussex during a recent appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Though Meghan herself was not a guest on the show, her name dominated the headlines the next morning. What began as an offhand conversation about celebrity branding quickly spiraled into a searing takedown of Meghan's public persona, with Wintour and Rocky casting doubt on her authenticity, motives, and ever-controversial relationship with the British royal family. Anna Wintour, known for her poised public image and rare but calculated commentary, did not hold back. When Seth Meyers jokingly asked who was the most misunderstood celebrity brand of our generation, Wintour smirked before bluntly stating, "Misunderstood isn't the word I'd use for Meghan Markle." The audience gasped. Wintour, who famously maintains strict neutrality in public, continued, "There's a difference between being misunderstood and being intentionally misleading. Meghan's narrative seems less like a personal truth and more like a carefully packaged performance." This wasn't just celebrity gossip, it was a sharp rebuke from one of the most influential figures in fashion and media. Wintour, who previously appeared to offer subtle support to Meghan during the height of her transition out of the royal family, has clearly shifted her stance. Insiders speculate that her change of tone reflects growing frustration among high-profile circles about Meghan's perceived manipulation of the media. Wintour's Vogue has covered Meghan extensively, but more recent editorial choices seem to avoid featuring her altogether, possibly indicating a quiet but firm distancing. A$AP Rocky, typically more laid-back in interviews, joined in with a surprising level of candor. "Yo, she's got this whole underdog vibe, like she's fighting the system," he said. "But bro, she married into the system. Then she dipped, cashed out, and kept acting like she was still in the trenches." Rocky's critique highlights what many believe is the central hypocrisy of Meghan's brand, presenting herself as a victim of royal oppression while continuing to leverage the fame, fortune, and media attention that came with her royal status. Rocky, who's currently one half of a power couple with Rihanna, arguably one of the most image-conscious celebrities in the world, spoke from a unique vantage point. "There's being private and there's being performative. You can't preach privacy while dropping Netflix deals, podcasts, and interviews on every platform that'll pay." His comments alluded to the Sussexes' lucrative deal with Netflix, their headline-making Oprah Winfrey interview, and their now-canceled Spotify deal, each of which invited as much controversy as acclaim. What makes this media moment more potent is how public perception appears to be aligning with the critiques voiced on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Meghan's Netflix projects have seen declining viewership, and recent attempts to rebrand, such as launching American Riviera Orchard, her latest lifestyle venture, have been met with tepid responses and accusations of superficiality. Her efforts to reclaim a soft power image are increasingly viewed as inauthentic by both critics and former fans. Moreover, Meghan's ongoing silence on international humanitarian issues, despite her self-appointed role as a global advocate, is further eroding her credibility. While she has spoken out on selective issues, her lack of sustained commitment or follow-through, such as minimal updates on her Archewell Foundation's impact, raises valid questions. Even former supporters are beginning to ask, is Meghan Markle really about change or just about headlines? Perhaps most damning is how insiders from Buckingham Palace and even former Netflix collaborators have anonymously suggested that Meghan is difficult to work with, describing a perfectionist streak that borders on micromanagement and a tendency to dismiss criticism as bias. While these claims should be taken cautiously, they align with the narrative Wintour and Rocky implicitly endorsed, that Meghan's brand is less about authenticity and more about control. In the aftermath of the Meyers segment, Meghan's team has remained silent, a strategy that once offered her an air of dignity but now reads more like calculated avoidance. And in the court of public opinion, silence often speaks louder than words. As Meghan Markle continues her complicated relationship with fame, the tides of celebrity culture appear to be turning. What once was seen as courageous and defiant is increasingly viewed as calculated and opportunistic. And when tastemakers like Anna Wintour and cultural figures like A$AP Rocky publicly break ranks, it's not just another tabloid headline, it's a cultural verdict. Whether or not Meghan responds, the damage has been done. Her critics are louder, her allies quieter, and her image, once untouchable, is now under relentless examination. If authenticity is the currency of modern celebrity, Meghan Markle may soon find herself bankrupt. And yet, this reckoning may have been long overdue. For years, Meghan Markle skillfully positioned herself at the intersection of royalty, victimhood, and Hollywood glamour, a trifecta that once shielded her from serious critique. But with the cracks now visible, the public is no longer willing to suspend disbelief. Her repeated appeals for privacy, contradicted by a seemingly endless stream of highly orchestrated public appearances and media deals, have fostered growing cynicism. Even within elite circles, there's a sense that the goodwill Meghan once enjoyed has thinned considerably. Once embraced as a fresh, modern face in the monarchy, she's now seen by many as a brand in freefall, overexposed, overpackaged, and increasingly out of touch. Anna Wintour's sharp remarks weren't just personal, they echoed a sentiment bubbling quietly beneath the surface of high society and entertainment alike. As ASAP Rocky implied, the problem isn't that Meghan left the royal family. It's that she seems unable or unwilling to let go of its spotlight while simultaneously criticizing the very system that made her famous. In doing so, she's alienating the very audience she once captivated. And in a culture that now prizes raw transparency over polished storytelling, that contradiction may be her most unforgivable flaw.